MMA Locker Room here with Tony Picks, Millz Young that is, and we're about to go over UFC 319, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly on how to bet these fights and see if these fights are going to finish or go the distance, and I'm going to give you guys the best numbers on the overs and unders. Like always, I'm going to give you guys my picks and my predictions for UFC 319, okay? I'm going to let you guys know which underdogs I like. I'm going to let you guys know a parlay at the end of the video, and hey, man, I'm also let you guys know if the favorites are live in here. Now, the UFC fights finish or go the distance, it's been something that I've been doing now for a while. I took a couple of weeks off coming back from Vegas last week. Had an interview with Eric Anders out there. And then, he didn't go his way. He didn't get the win. But it's okay, man. How'd you guys do last week? We went 2-1 on our bets, okay? We hit with the over 3.5 in the main event. We hit with the under 1.5 in the Elijah Smith. We lost with Angela Hill. She just didn't have her best foot up put in that fight at all. You can't win every fight. But hey, man, what are you guys looking forward to betting on this week? If you guys want to see exactly what I'm betting on, my exclusive picks, my underdogs, my round props, hit me up on the premium pick tab right here, or else just, get the weekly pass. Because when Thursday comes, my 3-day pass, you're going to get all my sports bets from Thursday all the way to Saturday with that UFC card. Pays for itself with one package and one play. All right, man, let's go ahead and get it started. Now, we got some fights that got put together on short notice on there. So some of the fights finish or go the distance, we won't have the odds for, but we will have the regular odds. Let's start it off with the first one. Joseph Morales, he's taking on Idiris. Two fighters that came from the Ultimate Fighter finale, okay? And they're fighting for the championship in here. Now, when you look at it, the big favorite is going to be Idiris in here. He has the power ability, 10-0. His striking is something that's superior when it comes to Joseph Morales. Joseph Morales is the more grittier fighter. But the overall specialties that he have, I don't really see. He is a good fighter and he's an average fighter, but he just doesn't specialize in one thing. His last fight out, he got controlled the whole last round in a close fight, but he won the first 2 rounds of that fight. Now, I got to go with the favorite in this spot, but they don't have the odds for the fight to finish or go the distance, but give me Idiris to win in this one. All right, next fight taking place. Another Ultimate Fighter season finale winner. Daniil Donchenko taking on Rodrigo Sezinando in the welterweight division, okay? Both these guys are good. I've seen the episodes and I've seen the whole series in here, man. It makes sense for both these guys to probably be in the UFC, win or lose, okay? Now, I like Rodrigo in this spot, man. He's a talented fighter who likes to pull counters with a short left hook. After that short left hook, he's close to the body. Then he's going to clinch you up and try to get you down to the ground. He has nice elbows that he can throw too. And he's a durable fighter in here. Now, Daniil, this guy has power. It just seems like if he touches you, that's all he needs in here. I like Rodrigo in here, but it's nothing that I'm really going to the window with on these two type of fighters to start my card off with. But I'm going to take Rodrigo in this one. All right, next fight taking place. We got Karine Silva taking on Dione Barboza. Karine Silva, 18-5, 8-3 for Dione Barboza. Karine Silva, slight favorite, -185, getting up to a -220 now. Not a slight favorite, big favorite now. Now, look, when we talk about this matchup, both these girls fought already on the regional scene before they got in the UFC, and Dione Barboza got her hand raised. I have an interview out with both these women. I'm a fan of both these girls, in here. So, the pick, you ain't gonna get that. You're gonna get the pick to see if this fight's going the distance or not, man. So in here, they got the line set at a -255 for this fight to go the distance and a +176 for it not. The finishability got to be on Karine Silva. She's as advertised. Out of her 4 fights, she has 2 fights that she won a bonus on, and she has one of the most creative ways to get submissions done. She's coming off a loss against Viviane Araújo in her last fight out, to where her striking just didn't get her through the window. But now she changed up her camp. She's training with a better team at Fighting Nerds. I think she's gonna look a little bit improved in this fight. Like I said, I'm not giving a pick out on this one, man. I got an interview out with Dione Barboza right now. If you guys want to type that in, MMA Locker Room interviews Dione Barboza, and I got an interview out with Karine Silva as well. But my pick is going to be fights going the distance in this one. Yeah, man, fights going the distance in this one. All right, man, next fight taking place. We got a good one, man. Bryan battle is taking on Nursulton Ruziboev. Now, Again, I got an interview out with Nursulton Ruziboev, man. Uzbekistan fighter. He's a superstar out there. 1 million followers on Instagram. The interview that we just dropped about, what, 4 or 5 days ago? It's already got 3,000 views and growing. An explosive fighter for the division. He has a lot of finishes. He has power in his left hand. He has a great uppercut that he likes to throw. Let's talk about Bryan Battle, though. Man, I've been making money with Bryan Battle ever since the Ultimate Fighter all the way to here. Former Ultimate Fighter winner. It's only right he's on the card, okay? 12-2, but he had a problem cutting weight at that welterweight division. This is only going to be his, like, second fight, I want to say, at middleweight, or else a catchweight, I want to say. But when it comes down to it, Bryan Battle should have more ways to win. And, you know, at that price tag that he's at right there, I'm not in love with it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm taking fight not to go the distance out of -152, man. They got the fight going the distance out of +110. Both these guys got finishability, okay? They're dangerous on the ground and they're dangerous striking. So go ahead and give me fight not to go the distance in this one, man. It's going to be a banger, though, man. Great fight out there, man. Can't wait for this week's card. All right, next fight taking place. Edson Barboza taking on Drakkar Klose. Edson Barboza, man. Slight favorite on the book, -155 when it comes down to it, man. He's done fought the who's, and he has that type of style that, you know, you definitely want to see when you like mixed martial arts. He's going to go out there, throw some spinning kicks, throw some flying knees and everything. Drakkar Klose been knocked out multiple times. Now, I'm glad, you know, I do a couple of prediction and podcasts, man, because the more I do, the more I start to talk about it and learn more and more. All right, man. Give me Edson Barboza, man, in this one, man. Right when I just said he's been knocked out spinning knees, I could just see Edson Barboza throwing a flash, jumping knee, or spinning wheel kick and connecting close and connecting with Drakkar Klose and knocking him out. But that's as far as the fighter I see winning, you know. But they got the fight to go the distance, and that's what we're here to talk about. That's out of -150, or no, 133 out there. All right, fight not going the distance out of -104. Even though I said Barboza, I could see him maybe catching him with one. That's not the way I would probably play this fight. If I'm getting -155 on Barboza or -135 to fight to go the distance, I'm taking the fight to go the distance in that one. All right, man. Next fight taking place. We got a good one, man. Chase Hooper, you know, he's back and he's taking on Alex Hernandez. Great fight for this division right here. Chase Hooper was one of those guys that got signed from the Dana White Contender Series and he grown into the UFC. Tall, skinny, slinky frame. But he's been putting on more weight and more muscle, man, and his striking's been improving. He's a jiu-jitsu nerd. He's going out there. He's trying to grapple. He can take a hit. He's going to get up and still fight, man. That's what I like to see. Alex Hernandez, usually a first-round fighter is what he's traced with, you know, as his style. And to be honest, at the 155 division, he's going to be a lot better than he was at the 145 division. He has power in his hands. He has a powerful left that he likes to throw as well. And when he wants to, he can wrestle. But his cardio ain't there, man, and it doesn't check out. After 7 minutes, he's just trying to get through the fight. He ain't even trying to win. He's just trying to get through that 15 minutes. Me, the under 2.5 in here, I thought that was my spot, right? I was like, what? It's only -115? They crazy. Give me that. But I'm going to just keep it a little bit more safe and take the fight not going the distance at a -156. Yeah, I don't think this one finishes. I actually think Chase Hooper can get him down and, you know, just keep going for submission overtime. And, you know, I think Alex Hernandez has that quit in him. And I think he can go out there and get subbed, you know. So let's go ahead and take Chase Hooper to win inside the distance too as well. All right, man. Next fight taking place. We got a good one. Lupita Godínez taking on Jessica Andrade. They got Lupita Godínez the favorite in here. -150 on the book. The comeback on the dog, you know, you could get it like +120 or so. The fight to go the distance in here, it's -290. Fight not going the distance +200. The finishability is going to be on Jessica Andrade because Loopy always goes to the distance in the scorecards. Now, playing this at a -290, usually women fights always go to the scorecard, so they're usually chalked way more than this, like 400, 450. But Jessica Andrade does have that submission skills, and Lupita Godínez does leave her neck there sometimes if she's going for a takedown. And all it takes is Andrade a quick minute, and she'll go all out for it. Then again, let's just say if Andrade gets gassed out and slows down a little bit, and, you know, Loopy actually does the wrestling and does dominant time control. Maybe she wins inside the distance. Maybe. But that maybe is nothing I can bet on. I think the fight goes the distance in here. And I like Loopy Godínez in here. Yeah. I think she gets it done in there. All right, man. Next fight taking place. Gerald Meerschaert taking on Michal Oleksiejczuk. All right. So in this one, Michal changed his camp. Now he's at the Fighting Nerds, right? We've been hearing that storyline a lot with these fighters. 20-9. Middleweight that came from the welterweight division. And that power transferred over with them. Wait a minute. Did he come from the welterweight division? Nah, man. I think he came from... Yeah, he did. All right, cool. I thought he was... Yeah. All right. But that power transferred over with them at this weight class, okay? Gerald Meerschaert is a guy that usually wins by sub. That's the play for the culture. GM3 by sub. That you just play that. Instead of even betting on GM3, you just play GM3 by sub usually, right? Now... This guy's pulled off that submission multiple times in them late rounds, 3 rounds, okay? I think Michal Oleksiejczuk flatlines him, though. I don't think this one's getting that far. Give me Oleksiejczuk to win inside the distance. The over in this one, it's going to give you a good plus money price tag if you want to take it at plus 222. But I'm taking the fight not to go the distance at all at a minus 340. So go ahead and give me the fight not to go the distance in this one, man. All right, man, we're breezing through all these fights and letting you guys know exactly my picks on UFC 319. We're letting you guys know which fights are going to finish and which fights are going to go the distance, okay? Now, the reason why I got all the Chicago stuff on is because it's going down in Chicago. So let's go ahead and get it started on the next fight, man. All right, the next fight that I got for you guys is going to be a good one again. We got King Green back in the cage taking on Diego Ferreira. King Green, his last fight out, man, he got knocked out Masara Rufi with a spinning wheel kick. And to be honest, let's talk about just where these fighters been. King Green got knocked out by him. King Green got finished by Paddy Pimblett. He's been finished multiple times. He got finished by Jalen Turner. I want to say, that's 3 out of his last 4 or 3 out of his last 5. Because he did get a win over Jim Miller. And I forget who else, he fought within that sequence. Diego Ferreira's been on the sideline, though. Hasn't been the most active fighter. But when he does fire, he has power in his hands. Now, let's talk about where we see this fight taking place at. I think it's taking place on the feet. So, fight going the distance is minus 160, and I believe in it. I don't think this fight is going the distance at all, man. The power on Ferreira can definitely catch King Green, and I like King Green, but not enough to make a bet on him as an underdog and feel confident in it with the window, compared to me seeing this fight kind of finishing a little bit. So yeah, man, give me the fight not going the distance in here at a minus 163. And yeah, the way it's gonna happen, I mean, you either gonna have Ferreira is gonna catch him with something, or else you're gonna have King Green putting on another great performance and win by decision. Hey, it can happen. Trust me, it can happen, man. All right, next fight taking place. Kai Asakura taking on Tim Elliott. Kai Asakura made his UFC debut from the Rising promotion where he fought Alexander Pantoja. First fight in, and he had a title fight, man. Come on, what is that? But in that fight, he didn't do anything. He got backpacked. He got JanSport. He got put on his back and didn't get up. He got sleeping bagged, folks. He got submitted in the 3rd round, and he didn't look good about it. But the guy that he's fighting, Tim Elliott, has been on the sidelines for 2 years, and he's dealing with all type of injuries in here. Kai Asakura has power. Tim Elliott, if he wants to make this a more close fight and maybe winnable, just do what Pantoja did and grapple. This guy cannot stop a takedown if it came for his life, okay? Now, the power on Kai Asakura, and with Tim Elliott not training and being in that cage, is something that you guys got to probably bet on. Because I think this fight's not going the distance, and it's a minus 130. So let's take that, all right? Let's take the fight not going the distance at a good price tag, minus 130. I think that one finishes. Next fight taking place, we got a good one in the middleweight division. Michael Venom Page taking on Jared Cannonier. Michael Venom Page, minus 180 on the books. Talented fighter who has a style that gives any opponent problems, man. He's not there to be hit. And when it's all said and done, that's the best game plan. You don't want to be hit. You don't want to take damage. Strike when you can and, keep it hot. All right, Jared Cannonier in this one, though, man. I think he can do a good job of cutting off the corner and cutting off the cage in here and make this a lot closer fight. The volume striking numbers is going to be on Jared Cannonier's side. Michael Venom Page doesn't land a lot. He takes like 4 or 5 seconds to even strike, plots in, plots out. If Gerald Cannonier just gets 1 or 2 takedowns, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The amount of damage he's going to do with ground and pound, man, I like the dog in this fight. I started off all week on Michael Venom Page. I started off the last 2 weeks on Michael Venom Page. But the more I watch, the more tape study and everything, and the more my mind goes over the tail of the tape, I got to take Gerald Cannonier in here. And I think this fight goes the distance at a minus 230 as well. Yeah, I definitely think this one plays out. All right, Carlos Prates taking on Jeff Neal. Talented strikers is going to be thrown down in this cage. The favorite is too big of a favorite. Carlos Prates shouldn't be that big of a favorite. I think Jeff Neal definitely has a chance to get it done in here. But I'm playing fight not going the distance out of minus 180. Listening to Jeff Neal in his interview, he said, I trained for a 3-round fight, but I don't think this one's getting out that first round. Carlos Prates, man, he's out there, he's striking, and he has power in his hands. But then again, he can be hit, you know, and Jeff Neal, nickname is Hands of Steel. Been watching this guy before he came on the scene on regional fights with Kevin Holland. Know a lot about him. Give me fight not going the distance. Co-main event time, but before we do that, smash the like button for me, man. I went through every single fight for you guys, gave you my picks, gave you my predictions, gave you even more on this one for you guys. So I need everybody that's watching this, drop your comments, drop your picks, man. I want to know if you guys agree with me or if you guys think the other person's going to win on every single fight. You know what I mean? Let me know. Let me know, man. And let me know your guys' best bet, man. Put your best underdog in the play. Leron Murphy taking on Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico making his UFC debut, coming from the Bellator promotion. A guy that I covered a lot and interviewed a lot. He was actually my second live interview and media person ever at the event. I'll never forget him for that. But this guy's as advertised, man. His wrestling is top tier. His boxing is there. His power is there. The one thing he don't really got is that durability. He's been knocked out multiple times and had to quit in fights because his shoulder popped out in place against Jeremy Kennedy, and I was at that event. His shoulder popped out of place, and it was just sticking out, and he was still trying to go out there and fight. And the refs was pausing, trying to do some stuff, and then finally, after like 4 or 5 minutes, they finally just called the fight and was like, nah, you know, but he got that in him, though, man. But Leron Murphy is a tough guy to get the win against, if you ask me, man. 16-0, taking this fight on short notice. I think this could go either way, man. I'll be honest with you guys. But for me, let's give you guys a play to get paid. I'm taking the fight over, and I'm taking this fight to go the distance. It's a minus 220. Meet me at the window and let's get paid. Just figured it out for you guys. The parlay I got for you guys too, man. Let's go. Next fight, main event time, man. The last fight of the night. Let's get it up, man. Let's get it up, man. If you just been in the chat watching this or in the comments just watching this, man, you got to be hyped for this, man. Dricus du Plessis is one of the best fighters that I've seen coming into the UFC as of late. And Khamzat Chimaev been the guy that everybody's been waiting to see become champion. Because whenever he goes out there in that cage, he usually finishes his opponents, right? But he hasn't as of late because he's been getting step up in competition, okay? Now, when we talk about this fight, they got the fight not going the distance at a minus 360. I'm on it. Give me that. Parlay it with some. Meet me at the window and let's get paid. The under 2.5 is like minus 135. That's bettable. But I think this goes a little bit over that 2.5. So that's why I'm not messing with it. Do I think this gets to the mid-4th round? No, I do not. But when we talk about this fight and how it's going to play out, Khamzat Chimaev, the stuff I've been hearing about him in media days, he's not seeming like his old self, man. He just seems like he got some other stuff going on with his health inside to where it's like, hey, if I win, I'll win. Whatever, man. He used to come out here aggressive at... Hold on, we ain't here for that. Let's talk about the matchup. DDP, man, he hasn't really fought wrestlers and grapplers like Khamzat Chimaev yet. So this is going to be a tough task for him, okay? And we got to see exactly how Khamzat Chimaev is going to fight in those championship round fights. I've been betting on DDP ever since he came in the UFC. Seen him fight live against Darren Till. Had him in there, minus 170. Played him to win by submission. He did that too. Never mind. Let's keep that off the record. But in here, the fight, to me, is 50-50. And I'm going with the dog because I got that one rule. If I'm betting on you and you making money for me, I'm not going away until you lose. Twice for me. You know what I mean? Depending on the money. Like, DDP put dollars in the bank account for me. You think I'm gonna stop now at a plus money price tag? No. Even if he loses this fight, I'm gonna bet on him in this next fight just because. Like, depending on the matchup, of course, but that's just my rule. But in this rule, give me fight not going the distance at a minus 360. All right, man. We went through every single fight. Gave you my picks. Gave you my predictions on UFC 319. I let you guys know exactly who I'm betting on, who I like, who's the dogs that's barking, what fight's going to finish, which fights are going to go over and under. Now, it's time for the parlay. All right, let's give you guys the parlay real quick, man. I'm going to take Aaron Pico, fight to go the distance, minus 220. We're going to take that leg with the Jared Cannonier and Michael Venom Page fight, minus 230, fight to go the distance. Meet me at the window and let's get paid. It's like a minus 115, minus 110. Shop around for the best lines. MMA Locker Room here, Millz Young with Tony Picks, and we just went over all the fights that's going to finish and the fights that's going the distance. Gave you guys the best numbers on all the overs and unders.